let's say you have, so I'm going to show two methods. If you have a table and then you create your equation, if you have your equation and then you can create your table. But let's say I have a table. I'm going to just use a scenario from my exemplar from Google Classroom. So let's say I got a ticket for speeding, and for every month that it takes me to pay, I'm going to have to pay extra. So I realized that after 1 month, I have 300. After 2 months, I pay 450. After 3 months, I pay 675. After 4 months, I pay 1,012.50. To write my equation, I have to find the factor or common ratio. So I get the second term divided by the first term of the y values. So 450 divided by 300. And then I realized that if I want to add another value, I can go backwards. So at time equals 0, I would go backwards once. So I would divide by my factor. So 300 divided by 1.5 is 200. So then my final equation would be y equals my initial value, which is 200, times my factor, which is 1.5 to the power of x. So here's my equation. Notice this doesn't cross the y-axis, so I want to zoom out until my values are easy to show. So there's 200 when it crosses the initial value at x equals 0. I can change my axes to only include like 0. I put Control A all the way to maybe 10 years or 10 months. And that way the graph is more spread out and I can use it neater. So that's how you get your graph. You have to have your equation. Make sure you have y and x. X is the exponent. That's why it's called exponential function. Now you will need to add your horizontal asymptote. To add your horizontal asymptote, for me, it looks like the graph is approaching y equals 0. So I'm going to put y equals 0. It's never going to actually touch it. And then you're going to put your mouse over the circle, and then you're going to hold it down until this pops up. And then notice here's my dashed line. I want to make it a little bit thicker, so that'll be 5. I can even change the color to like orange or purple. I'm going to change it to orange. And then the last but not least, you need to add your label. So you go here. For my case, the x-axis will be, let's see, the number of months. X is time in capitalized T, time in months. And then Y will be my fine amount in dollars. So for example, again, that's in the wrench. You click, and then if I want to make the text bigger, I click here. So there's my graph with my horizontal asymptote. So now I can answer questions like, what's my initial ticket amount? It was $200. If it takes me 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, I can figure out the actual value and answer questions using my graph, or I can also plug in different values for my equation. So I think in my example, my question was, at 1 month, will the fine be 5,000? Well, I can also put y equals 5,000 and then zoom out until I get 5,000. And then there's my point of intersection. So at 7.93 months. And then another trick to check your equation that I wanted to show you guys is here, I'm gonna move this up so y'all can see it. So if you see this table, there's a y1 and x1 subscript here. So there's something called linear regression where if you have a data table at least 2 points, you can ask DESMOS to create an equation for you. So you would type in y1 shift tilde, which is the button underneath the escape button on the top left of your keyboard, a for the initial value times b to the power of x1, which is this value right here. And this is y1, which is matches these. And so notice it gives me my initial value 200, and it also gives you my factor. And so notice it matches my equation that I wrote earlier. Y equals 200, just a times b to the 1.5. So that's how you can check whether your equation is correct or not. All right, so when you take a screenshot of your graph, make sure it has at least a part of your graph as well as the x and y axes, and then you would just take a screenshot, make sure it's like you can see the graph and you can see the y-intercept specifically, and then go ahead and screenshot, and then you can paste this to your presentation, and then you're done with the graph. All right, I'll be in class if you have any questions.